This News Update is brought to you by...
They ask us how we do it, how we outrun the world. They ask us, how does it feel to fly? How do we dive headfirst into the deep? And emerge victorious. They ask us if we're afraid, if we're nervous, or if we ever feel lonely, so far away from home. But the truth is, home is always right here with us. Get ready to witness the magic of the Olympic Games like never before.
It's Wednesday, August 24, and this is your Barbados Today Evening Update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. The island's water woes are not over just yet, despite increased rainfall in recent weeks. And authorities at the Barbados Water Authority are pointing fingers at severe drought conditions, which started to affect the island since last year. Chairman of the Barbados Water Authority Board of Directors, Dr. Adley Brathwaite, says the salinity levels in wells along the west coast continues to rise and groundwater levels in other wells have not recovered. And as a result, the BWA has been forced to pump less than normal. Speaking at the opening ceremony for the first of 2 temporary desalination plants being established to provide relief to communities affected by prevailing water outages, Dr. Brathwaite outlined the strategies being undertaken to correct the problem, as he conceded there were still significant challenges.
50% reduction in production at the Ashton Hall, St. Peter, complete shutdown of St. Joseph Hospital well, 25% reduction in production at Wim, St. Peter, complete shutdown of one of the Sweet Vale wells, and 50% of reduction in other St. George areas. 40% reduction in production at Bournemouth, St. John, 25% reduction in production at Applewick, St. Thomas. As a result, we continue to experience some difficulties in supplying water to several areas across the island, making this a very difficult year for the authority in its effort to achieve a semblance of water security.
In other news this Wednesday, Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayasuku believes the time has come to reform sickness benefits in Barbados. Her call comes on the heels of recent talks with President of the Barbados Association of Medical Practitioners, Dr. Abdon De Silva, and Director of the National Insurance Scheme, Ian Carrington. She warns that if the NIS sickness benefit is to remain a viable option for Barbadians, greater measures must be implemented to protect it and stamp out unsavory practices of inappropriate claims. Her comments come against the background of reports from Carrington that Barbados has claims for twice the number of sick days and also twice the payout when compared to the rest of the region. Citing figures from 2009, Carrington revealed that over a 10-month period that year, 533 doctors issued more than 49,000 certificates and 561,000 benefit days. The sickness claims recorded during the period totaled $30 million and in fact exceeded the $28 million which was budgeted by the NIS for the entire year. The Labour Minister insists the trend cannot continue and stressed the need for a public education drive on the role and use of sickness benefit. The number of homeless women and children are on the rise in Barbados. Word of this from President of the Barbados Homeless and Vagrant Society, Kimra Safri, as he launched the organization's Building a Future for the Homeless campaign today. Safri says the situation is worrying.
We've had cases where women are sleeping on the street pregnant. We've had cases where women are sleeping pregnant and a child. And that, for us, is worse than if a man is on the street. They're not saying it needs less or more, but children on the street with women poses a serious problem. And because of the atmosphere and because of the continuous things that can happen, that we've seen happen to our men while they're on the street, we have decided to take on this initiative to definitely help the women.
He, however, revealed that courts and the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust have teamed up with the society to nip the problem in the bud.
Last month, we have been placing more than 4 women into our home with children. We have a capacity for 6 women with children. Each can carry their own children. And we have started this initiative with courts, Barbados Limited, and the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust, to make sure that there's a place for these women and children.
Police are searching for a missing teenage girl. She is 16-year-old Ariel Nadia Frances Cumberbatch, alias Juice or Juicy of Waterford, St. Michael. Cumberbatch left home around 2 p.m. on Tuesday. She has a brown complexion and is about 5 feet 6 inches in height. Ariel has a round head, a round-shaped face, and brown eyes. She is stout, soft-spoken, and has facial scars from eczema. Ariel walks with a limp due to reconstructive surgery on her right foot. Police say she is in the habit of leaving home without informing anyone. Members of the public with information on the whereabouts of Ariel Cumberbatch is asked to contact the District A Police Station at 430-7242 or emergency number 211 or the nearest police station.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Continuing with regional developments, in Belize, church leaders staged a massive protest to vent their disgust at the recent decision by the Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin to overturn the country's sodomy laws. Some 1,000 protesters took to Independence Hill, warning that the ruling was bad news. They also knocked the government for failing to appeal the ruling.
The word sodomy comes from the Bible, taken from a city called Sodom. There is nothing the government or Retriege or anyone in government can teach the church about Sodom and sodomy. We need to teach the government about the issue and about the ramifications for any society that embraces such.
Further afield, feverish rescue efforts are continuing in central Italy following this morning's earthquake. According to the latest reports, at least 120 people have been killed and 368 were injured in the 6.2 magnitude earthquake. More in this report from the BBC's James Reynolds.
We've made it to the centre of Amatrice, and there is a rescue going on in the rubble there. You can see right now they're bringing out someone on a stretcher. Is she alive? It looks like she is, which will be a huge relief to the workers here. The woman is being escorted down to an ambulance. She's waiting for her there. There is some relief among the rescue workers who have spent some time trying to reach her. That woman, the survivor, will now be taken in the ambulance down, first of all through a very damaged road and then perhaps towards a field hospital which has been set up in the grounds of the hospital, which has itself been damaged. But the rescue work here doesn't stop just because they've got one person out of the rubble. Look here on this hill. They're still going, tearing down pieces of rubble, and you can see the kind of numbers of people who are working here. There are some expert relief workers, but there are also people wearing their own clothes. These might simply be volunteers here who've decided not to wait for relief workers They decided simply to get things done. And bear in mind, the earthquake happened at 3:30 in the morning. That means that most people will have been in their homes. And so the mayor and the relief workers will now be trying to account for everyone so that they can see just how many people may still be stuck in the rubble.
And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website, www.barbadosttoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for the very latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.